Congratulations! By taking this course, you have taken the first step to a better financial future. As you go through this session, know that every topic included will either teach you how to save money, how to set and stick to a budget, or both. Take time to examine your own financial picture and identify where you have opportunities for improvement. We will cover insurance, the importance of passwords, how to avoid being a victim of identity theft or other fraud, and ways to avoid overspending when shopping. We will wrap up by going through a budget that you can stick with over the course of a year. All of the resources will be available for digital download at the end of this course. At Security Federal, we aim to empower you to make effective financial choices. Before we move forward, there are a few important questions to consider. What are your short-term goals for the next 1 to 5 years? Think about them. Write them down. No goal is too big or too small. What are your long-term goals for 5 or more years from now? Again, don't be afraid to think big. Just remember, whatever goals you may have for yourself need to be included when you budget your finances. Do you have a dream to open a business? Do you have plans to take your family on the first vacation you've had in years? Whatever you're working toward, include it in your budget planning. Here are a few more questions to consider before we get started. As you listen to the questions, answer yes or no in your head. This list will be available for digital download later, but for now, just think through them. I have a savings plan for my children's college or trade school. My family has a budget, and we stay within our budget each month. I could come up with $2,000 in the next 30 days if needed. I have a specific savings goal I want to achieve, like a vacation or a new car. I want to build or repair my credit. I want to buy a new home. If I were faced with an unexpected expense today, I have a plan to fund it. If something were to happen to me, I have a will or trust set up for my family. Keep in mind, for solutions to these and other financial situations, contact your banker. We can help you work through a variety of financial problems.
Insurance. Life is expensive, and so are the things you purchase. Uninsured medical care costs, or possibly paying to replace possessions that are stolen or damaged that haven't been paid for, will add significantly to those life expenses. This is where insurance comes in. Pass that risk onto someone else. In exchange for a premium, an insurance company will lower your risk of loss or out-of-pocket expenses. If property is stolen or destroyed, the insurance company will cover your loss. If you need medical care, health insurance covers a portion or all the costs. Some common items to insure: homes, contents of your home, either renters or owners can have this, cars, health, whether that is medical, dental, or vision, or valuables like jewelry or electronics, and even some collections. Life insurance is also important. This would be to protect your family's finances if you were to die. If someone depends on you financially, then you need life insurance. Everyone needs insurance, and we want to make sure you have the right coverage for your situation. Passwords. Used to keep information safe and only valuable if you are the only one who knows them. If something is worth protecting with a password, then it's worth keeping that password safe. Here are some tips. Don't use obvious names, birthdays, or names of pets. Those will be used when attempting to hack into an account. Also, don't use password as your password. Don't save usernames and passwords on sign-in pages. If your device is stolen, then the thieves will know everything. Don't use the same password for everything. Use a complex combination for every password you make. Use numbers, letters, and characters to keep it unique and hard to crack. To help you remember, keep a spreadsheet of your passwords in a document that you protect with a password. If you share your password, change it immediately. Keeping your passwords unique, difficult, and safe will help stop the chances of our next topic, identity theft. Identity theft. Imagine you do a great job with your finances and then someone pretends to be you and borrows money in your name and never pays it back, which then ruins your financial reputation. This is identity theft. There were over 650,000 cases reported in 2019 alone. Can this issue be repaired? Yes, but it will take some time and be very expensive. Be suspicious when people ask for information they don't need. The two most common scams are phishing and dumpster diving, but we will talk about phishing first. Phishing is when an online scammer sends fake emails pretending to be a bank or government agency to get your personal information. To combat phishing, call the organization that sent you the email message or call the number you have for them on file for yourself. Next is dumpster diving. It is important to shred documents and junk mail, even if the junk mail is for offers you don't accept, so no one digs through your trash and finds personal information. Be cautious of anything with your name on it.
Have you ever searched for a job online? Criminals know that people are vulnerable when they're looking for work. It's important to stay alert for those who might try to take advantage. Fake online applications. Scammers try to steal your identity by pretending to be an employer and asking you to fill out an online application with personal information. No real employer needs your social security number or bank information to process your application, although she might once you're hired. Charging for an application. Employers should pay you. You shouldn't pay them. Legitimate companies should not charge you for the opportunity to fill out a job application. Too good to be true. If someone promises you $60,000 a year to stuff envelopes from home, there is a catch. Why pay you that much for something someone would do for minimum wage? Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. There are a few common frauds that are used by criminals to steal your money or your identity. They're called common because they work often enough to make it worth it to the bad guys to try. Remember, again, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Phone fraud. Scammers have figured out what makes people willing to part with their money. Things like sympathy, fear, and greed. When they call you with their sad stories over the phone, it's hard to detect a lie. You can have your name removed from call lists by visiting www.donotcall.gov or by calling 1-888-382-1222. Do not give money to anyone who's pressuring you. He or she wants you to make a quick decision so you don't have time to find the catch in the offer. Slow down and just do some research. Next is credit repair fraud. Nothing heals bad credit except time and making good financial decisions. Thoroughly research any offer that guarantees an easy solution to credit problems. And don't get talked into anything that sounds illegal. This one should sound obvious, but a good scammer can talk you right out of your own common sense. And remember, be particularly careful if they want to use your bank account to do anything. There's a reason they aren't using their own bank account.
Living a life.